클릭해주셔서 감사합니다. Hello everyone, I'm Laiseo JK Day. In the previous lecture, we talked about inflation and why money loses value over time. Today, we are going to discuss another major economic problem, recession. Why do economies suddenly slow down? Why do companies begin firing workers? Why do businesses fail during crisis? Why do stock markets crash? And why do periods of economic optimism sometimes suddenly turn into fear and panic? Today we will explore recessions, economic crisis, unemployment, and the instability of modern economies. Let's begin first. What is a recession? A recession is a significant slowdown in economic activity. During a recession, businesses earn less money, consumers spend less, investments decrease, unemployment rises, economic growth slows or becomes negative. In simple words, the economy becomes weaker, people become more cautious, companies become more defensive, and fear spreads throughout society. Now, why do recessions happen? There is no single reason. Economies are extremely complex systems. However, recessions often begin when spending decreases sharply. Remember this, one person's spending is another person's income. If consumers stop buying products, businesses earn less money. If businesses earn less money, they may reduce investment or fire workers. Then unemployed workers spend less money themselves. This creates a chain reaction. Let's imagine a simple example. Suppose many people suddenly become afraid of the future. Maybe they worry about debt. Maybe stock markets are falling. Maybe interest rates rise sharply. People begin saving more and spending less. Restaurants lose customers. Stores lose sales. Companies slow hiring. Some businesses fail. Workers lose jobs. Now those unemployed workers also spend less money. The slowdown spreads through the economy. This is how recessions can grow. Now let's talk about unemployment. Unemployment means people who want jobs cannot find work. During recessions, unemployment often rises quickly. Why? Because companies try to reduce costs. If sales fall, businesses may lay off workers. This creates serious social problems. People struggle to pay rent. Families experience stress. Mental health problems may increase. This is why recessions are not only economic events, they are also human events. Now here is something important. Economies naturally move in cycles. Economists often talk about the business cycle. The business cycle includes expansion, peak, recession, recovery. During expansion, the economy grows, consumers spend more, companies hire workers, optimism increases. But sometimes excessive optimism can create problems. People borrow too much money, asset prices rise too quickly, speculation increases. Eventually, instability grows and sometimes bubbles burst. Let's discuss financial bubbles. A bubble happens when asset prices rise far beyond their real value. For example, suppose housing prices rise rapidly. People believe prices will continue rising forever. More and more investors buy houses only to sell later for profit. Speculation increases, but eventually reality catches up. Prices stop rising, fear spreads, people rush to sell, prices collapse. This happened during the global financial crisis of 2008. Now let's talk about banks. Banks play a major role in modern economies. Banks lend money to customers and businesses. This helps economic activity grow. But banking systems can also become fragile. If banks take excessive risks, financial crises may occur. And because banks are deeply connected to the economy, banking problems can spread very quickly. This is why governments and central banks often intervene during crises. During several severe recessions, governments usually try to stabilize the economy. For example, governments may increase public spending, central banks may lower interest rates, financial aid may support struggling businesses and workers. The goal is to restore confidence and encourage economic activity again. However, economic recovery is not always immediate. Sometimes recessions last months, sometimes years. and some people recover faster than others. This is one reason economic inequality can increase after crisis. Now let's connect this to psychology. Economics Economists are influenced not only by numbers but also by expectations and emotions. Confidence matters. If people believe the future will be good, they spend and invest more. If people become fearful, they save money and reduce spending. Fear itself can slow the economy. This means psychology plays a surprisingly large role in economics. Now here is an important lesson. Modern economies are powerful but also unstable. Economic growth creates opportunities. Innovation improves living standards. But instability never completely disappears. Booms and recessions are part of economic history. This is one reason economists study crises so seriously. Now let's summarize today's lecture. A recession is a major slowdown in economic activity. During recessions, spending falls, businesses weaken, unemployment rises, fear spreads. Recessions can be caused by falling demand, financial instability, excessive debt, bubbles, or loss of confidence. Economies naturally move through business cycles, and because recessions affect millions of lives, understanding economic crisis is extremely important. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this lecture, please like and subscribe. And in the next video, we will discuss another major economic topic, capitalism. What kind of system is capitalism and why has it become so dominant in the modern world? See you next time.